Oh, happy Sunday morning, everybody. It's about 7:30 a.m. Um, Qatar, the Middle Eastern country of Qatar, who Donald Trump is visiting this week, is gifting Donald Trump a $400 million luxury 747 jet that he can use as Air Force One for the remaining 3 years and 8 months of his second term, at which point that plane is going to be transferred to Donald Trump's presidential library, which is just going to be like, it's just going to be a museum of grifting and bribery. That's all the library is going to be. Boeing is building a new Air Force One, but it's not going to be ready until Donald Trump's term in office is completed. I mean, here's the thing: you can't just pick a plane and use it as there are so many issues here. This is wildly illegal. This whole thing is wildly illegal. You can't just take a plane and use it as Air Force One. Okay? Air Force One has a fully functioning surgical room in it. Air Force One has, hang on, thought I was going to sneeze. Air Force One has a fully functioning situation room on it. It has all kinds of security. It has all kinds of secured communications. The President of the United States can launch nuclear missiles from Air Force One. And, all of those things are not present on just any plane. So it's like, does the government of Qatar have access to all the things they need in order to put a fully functioning situation room in this plane? How's that work? Then there's the bribery aspect of things. And don't forget, the week before last, another Middle Eastern country that Donald Trump is going to visit this week, the United Arab Emirates, announced that they were buying $2 billion worth of Trump's cryptocurrency. And now Qatar is giving him a $400 million luxury plane. I'm sure every surface inside and out of that plane is gold plated because they know their boy Donnie. Of course, Pam Bondi, Attorney General's like, this is fine. The DOJ put out an analysis. This is fine. We have an emoluments clause in the Constitution in the United States that says the President of the United States is not permitted to accept anything of value from any king, prince, or foreign government unless it's a $400 million Boeing 747 luxury plane, or unless it's the government of the United Arab Emirates buying $2 billion worth of crypto coin directly from the President of the United States. Pam Bondi and DOJ have said this does not constitute a bribe because the gift of this plane is not conditioned on the completion of any specific act that is known today. So, the rule of law in the United States is no longer a thing for this administration and the people connected to it, or foreign governments seeking to bribe our president. And I can already hear the inbred fart huffing mouth breather MAGA chuds right now that they'll say that this is amazing because Donald Trump actually saved taxpayers $400 million, which is the cost of this plane. They'll be like, Donald Trump saved us all that money because they gave it to him. Because he the bidness man. Donald Trump the bidness man. He does bidness. Remember back in Trump's first term and the huge scandal for the emoluments clause was the fact that Donald Trump owned a hotel, a Trump hotel in Washington, D.C., and foreign governments who were seeking FaceTime with him would just book an entire floor. You know, if they had a delegation that was visiting, they'd book an entire floor or two, wildly and blatantly overspending at Donald Trump's hotel, putting millions of dollars into his pocket. Over 4 years, that hotel netted Donald Trump personally profits of somewhere around 140 to 150 million dollars. And he profited another 120 or 130 million dollars when he sold that hotel a couple of years after he left office. You know, less than $300 million. Thus far, in the first 100 days, between the crypto coins and other things, the Trump family has gained over $3 billion in wealth in 3.5 months. They've had time to plan and they've had practice. And now it's like Trump sends Eric Jr. off to Dubai for a crypto conference. And the United Arab Emirates announces at that conference that they're going to spend $2 billion on Trump cryptocurrency. This is his second cryptocurrency. The first one is also run by Donald Trump Jr. and Eric Trump Jr., and that was announced in September before the election. It was World Liberty Financial or something like that. And there's a Chinese crypto billionaire named Justin Sun who was under investigation by the SEC at that time. He bought $75 million worth of Trump's World Liberty Financial crypto coin. And the thing about that crypto coin is it carried a 75% licensing fee. So if you spent $75 million on World Liberty Financial crypto coin, 75% of that money went directly to the company owned and controlled by Donald Trump and his two adult sons. So Justin Sun, less than 2 months before the election, put $57 million directly into Donald Trump's pocket. And then after Donald Trump was inaugurated, he instructed the SEC to terminate its investigation into Justin Sun. Explicit, blatant, flagrant quid pro quo. And now the United Arab Emirates bought $2 billion worth of Trump's second crypto coin. And the government of Qatar is just gifting Donald Trump a $400 million jet. They're not even trying to hide it anymore because nobody's going to stop them. The whole fucking thing's a cash grab.